First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And now the handoff. Breaks loose at the 40. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Man, this is exactly how you want to start an opening drive on the road for this offense. Really well-blocked play. Pick up some nice yardage. And if you're this offensive line, this is exactly what you talked about all week long in your meetings. Establish the line of scrimmage and take control of things up front.
Just trucks through the defender. He stopped, but he gets a first down. That's a nice pickup there. They find some space in the zone and pick up the first down.
Yeah, really nice call here, Chris, to be able to pick up this first down on this drag route. The quarterback does a nice job of being patient, waiting for that window to open up in that zone, and he put it right on the money for the receiver to have a chance to not just catch it, but eventually get the first.
Offense getting set up. Here's second down. Gonna run it. It's Kttn. Tackle made at the 24-yard line. This offense really threatening now.
This defensive coordinator better make some adjustments. This back is on fire to start this game. You better start committing those safeties down, overloading that line of scrimmage, because this back is physical, he's got speed, and he is tough to bring down.
Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. The gain is 3 yards, so 2nd and 7. Back to pass. It's Beck. Snags the quick throw. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense. So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. What a catch. Heads up off the deflection.
You know, we've seen this guy make a lot of plays, but one of the things that really stands out to me is his desire to want to come down with the ball. Here, the ball is deflected. Instead of giving up on the play, he still has that desire to come up with the catch to help his quarterback out.
And he'll be brought down.
Chris, down here inside the 10-yard line, these are tough yards to come by. Positive yards, good push inside there by that offensive line.
Coming up, 2nd down and goal. Here's the handoff, testing the middle. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, this defense is stepping up here early in this game, really controlling the line of scrimmage. Just nowhere to go on this last play. And now we've got a 3rd down, a big opportunity for this defense to get off the field.
The offense has been moving backwards here. Now a long way to go on 3rd and goal. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Picks up about 3 yards there, but it's going to be 4th down.
Boy, what a great job by this defense. They have really tightened things up here inside the 10-yard line. Seems like they're almost daring the offense to go for it here on 4th down. Let's see what the decision is.
He missed it.
God, I can't believe I just did that.
That is the score will stay right where it is. set of downs for the offense. First down. From the shotgun now. Here's a handoff inside.
Gain of 1. Brings up 2nd down.
Offense getting set. It's 2nd down. Scanning the field. It's Fomachan. Oh, that one's picked off. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Nice job by this defense jumping on that football to come up with the interception. And not exactly how this quarterback envisioned this game starting. His very first throw of the game, he puts into traffic, and he costs his team in a big way.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. No doubt the last drive was deflating. They had to settle for a field goal attempt, but missed it. And that run produces a decent gain. So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. A quick throw out left, complete. Forced out of bounds, but a nice gain there, and the offense will have a 1st and goal.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
And it's 7-0 after the BAT.
That makes the score. Georgia 7.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away.
Number 91 set to kick this one.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So a touchback will start at the 25. The UMass offense takes the field now. This offense trying to bounce back the last possession and then in a pick. And looking to throw now on 1st down. The pass is incomplete, but a flag down on the field.
Hit your fucking tight end. My bad.
Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. First down here for this offense. Quarterback pulls the ball. It's a keeper. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
But the linebackers and really the quarterback and the defense on this play diagnosed that read quickly and executed it flawlessly. He just flew in and blew up the option play for a loss.
Empty set now. 5 wide receivers. To the air. It's Fomachan. And they heave it deep downfield. And it's picked off. That was a risky pass attempt, and he paid the price. Going the other way, can they stop him? And he steps out of bounds after a great return. What a pick. Sets up the offense in great position.
That offensive coordinator is going to have some choice words for his quarterback over the phone on the sideline after that throw. You have to be more careful with the football.
And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. They scored a touchdown on the last possession. Let's see if this defense has been able to come up with some adjustments and stop them this time. Here's the 2nd down play. wideout goes in motion. They'll look to throw it here on second down. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Touchdown, Dogs. This quarterback on fire today.
I'll tell you what, a screen pass is tough to do, but when executed well, the result is this. Perfectly timed by the quarterback to drop it off to the back, gets the big lineman in front of him, all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And here's the return from inside the 5. And the returner brought down by that coverage team. And the UMass offense is back out there. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Tackle is made at the 24-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
He hands it off from the gun.
The defense came out ready to go on that 2nd down and short. No chance for the offense, and that'll bring up 3rd down.
Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Dropping back, it's Fomachan. Quick throw over the middle. He's got it for a big gain. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball up to the 36.
That's a great play by this offense to keep the drive alive, and a good find by the quarterback on 3rd down.
Completion good for 1st down yardage for this offense. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. They give the running back a touch in the pass game. Catch made over the middle. Tackled quickly after the catch. He'll be short of the mark.
And the running back that time just kind of sneaks out of the backfield and shows his hands on that nice catch.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. The linebacker shifting around now. And the ball is knocked loose. Who's got it? Looks like the defense has it.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. They punched it in the last possession. Can they do it again, or will this defense make some adjustments to get a stop?
You know, in the era that we're living right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. They get him down to wrap up the first period of play.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Georgia 14, UMass 0.
Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a 1st down play. Here's the handoff. He's got some room. Can he get there? Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia.
This is such a well-designed play here, Chris. The offensive line opens things up initially, but you can see the speed of the back and the effort by the receivers not to be selfish. These guys are blocking downfield. That's why he got that ball to the end zone.
Tack on the PAT, and it's 21-0.
That makes the score, Georgia.
The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away.
Number 91, set to kick off.
They'll return it from inside the 5. The returner is brought down. Gets us started with the next drive. Minutemen offense back on the field now. That fumble in the last possession set up a touchdown. Can they bounce back from that costly error here? And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down.
Brings up second down.
Looking to throw. It's Fomachan. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Well, it's been tough so far to get this drive going. Now they face 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. What's the call going to be? Quick throw to the left side. And it's incomplete, just out of the reach of the receiver. And the punt team makes its way onto the field.
Number 95 on to kick it away.
And a low line drive, ugly punt. Bringing you back, it's Evans. And he's going to head out of bounds, but not before picking up some good yardage on the return. Georgia offense is back out on the field. This group has been clicking. They've really built momentum. Can the defense make adjustments? Come up with a stop here. From the shotgun, here's an inside give. The pickup is 7 yards. Now it's 2nd and 3.
Chris, it's the consistency of this pack is giving this defense fits. They've got to come up with some changes up front. This guy's already over 50 yards, and if he keeps running the way he is, not only is he having a great day, but it's going to give this quarterback a chance to hit some big plays downfield off play action.
Tackle, but first down.
Brought down on play at the 13-yard line. First down for the offense.
A running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
He'll hand it off. Got a lane. Can he get in? And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Chris, you think this guy, when he went to bed last night at the team hotel, thought he would score not 1, not 2, but 3 rushing touchdowns in 1 game? What a day.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. Attack on the PAT again, and it's 28-0. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner opportunity to bring this back. Fields it just outside the goal. The returner loses the football deep in their own territory. Offense keeps possession, recovers the fumble.
Oh, the kick returner catches a break. His teammate was able to recognize the ball on the ground and immediately made a heads-up play to get on top of it.
The UMass offense takes the field now. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. They put something together in this drive. They'll tackle him at the 17-yard line.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you get positive yards on 1st down, that's a win.
A gain makes it 2nd and medium. Back to throw. It's Fomachan. And he throws his third interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
By Georgia. And they'll take over 1st and 10.
What's the call here? The drive begins with excellent field position. Looking to throw it on 1st down. Caught over the middle. It's Smith. Brought down at the 7. Lucia moves him closer to the goal line.
I love how the slot receiver sets this route up. When he gets to the stem, gives a little shoulder fake to the outside, and hits that slant for a nice gain.
Here comes a crucial 2nd down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. He's going to hand this off. He'll make it into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
Wait, Chris, 1, 2, 3. This is his 4th rushing touchdown in this game alone. This guy has a chance to not only be player of the game, maybe player of the week in the whole sport.
But they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the extra point makes this a 35-zip game.
That makes the score Georgia.
Getting set to kick the ball off now.
0.
That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And the UMass offense is back out there. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Well, another short gain for this offense on the ground, and you got to give a lot of credit to the defense. They have really negated that aspect of this offense the entire 1st half and really making them one-dimensional. And if that doesn't change, I don't know how they get back into this game.
Not much on that play, brought down short.
Gain of 2. Brings up 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Looks downfield and connects with a wide open wide receiver. Big gain across midfield. Tackle finally made at the 32.
That's a great job of working the middle of the field by this quarterback, and he picks up big yards.
About time this offense gets going. It's a 1st and 10. The shotgun running play call.
Running back carry. He's brought down at the 31. Brings up 2nd down.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. And they'll stop him after a short gain. Offense been in reverse here. Now a long way to go to convert this 3rd down. Dropping back. We're going to throw for the 1st down. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Wow, that is interception number 4 today for this QB. It's a short return, but a takeaway for this defense. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Keeping it on the ground here. He's free around the 15. Breaks clear. End zone ahead. And he's brought down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. Well, they finally corral him, but he was untouched at the line of scrimmage. Kirk just burst through a big crease.
I'm going crazy on my defense. Like you said, this guy was untouched. I don't know how they were able to finally catch up to him and bring him down, but there's no excuses at all from the defense after a play like that.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. is the play call here on second down for this offense. They're going to run it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice, solid gain.
Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. And the single back takes the handoff. Just runs through a man, a mismatch. They bring him down to the 27. This offense really threatening now.
Hey, whether it's been on the inside or bouncing things to the outside, this guy has shown you everything that he has to offer, and a big part of the reason why they're enjoying this nice lead.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Second down after that previous play. On the run, it's Kttn. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
It's a good, solid gain, 5 or 6 yards. Love to see that from the running game.
They continue to pound away on the ground. Ranks up a 1st and 10. So clearly the offense content to take this lead into halftime. Important second down
shit.
play coming
My
up.
bad. I picked it because I thought it was going to go through the clock fast.
So that wraps up an uneventful first half. We'll take a break and hope for more excitement in the second half ahead.
Georgia 35, UMass 0.
The Dogs will kick this away to start the second half. Kick bounces out of the back of the end zone.
Cup game.
Hey, I'm subbing out my starters. I'm not going to accept the delayed game. Don't call a timeout. Damn it. You didn't have to take a timeout, man. I wouldn't have called it.
Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground.
Woo!
Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and nothing but green grass ahead. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yards on the play. They trust the left side.
That's good. That is good.
Come up with a huge play on the ground.
Favorite, Chris, there. The old pin and pull there to the left side. Great blocking on the left side. Able to create a great push. Nice crease, and the back found that with the vision and picks up some big yards for that first down.
And they'll go right back to him on first down. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, they keep trying to run the football, and they keep getting dominated at the line of scrimmage. That has been a theme throughout this entire game. We've talked about it earlier in the game. It's not changing at all. They've become one-dimensional, and I think it's allowed this defense to really lock in on that quarterback.
And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? Not a big return, but the pick ends the scoring threat. The offense will now take over at the 30.
Oh, Chris, against zone coverage like that and the ball thrown deep down the middle of the field, you've got to layer that throw in. Very challenging throw, requires a nice touch with a strong arm, and the quarterback that time just did not make the throw.
And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. And the single back takes the handoff. Picks up 2, so it's 2nd and 8.
The hell? Is that back on there?
Same tailback, another carry. Powerful running into the secondary. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
That's solid run, good for first down yardage. And here's the handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That's a pretty good effort by this defense to come up with that loss. Let's face it, it's been a really long game for these guys, but I love that they've not given up and they're still out there fighting.
Second down play coming up for this offense. On the ground, it's Robinson. Getting close to midfield now. They bring him down to the 47. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Here comes a handoff. Powering right past the defender. Tackled inside the 40, and it's good enough for a first down. The Dogs are looking to keep this drive going. One man in the backfield, and he'll get the football. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They'll feed the back again. Finding space at the 20. There's the tackle, but first down yardage.
Good enough for a first down.
And the Bulldogs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And the quarterback just takes a knee here. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. And the quarterback will just take a knee here. Ninth play of the drive coming up. This is a tough 3rd and long. And the quarterback decides to take a knee for some reason.
UMass 0.
Are we about to see a punt from the red zone? Fourth down, they'll punt it away here. Not what he was hoping for. Instead of hitting the offense deep, it's a touchback. Back on the field now. They had some good things going on the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and a receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. You've got a lot of time back there to throw the ball, and eventually that's going to cost you.
Incompletion sets up a second down. Dropping back, it's Fomachan. Quick throw to his receiver. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. And he's brought down, but there is a flag on the field. Let's check out this call. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. New set of downs for the offense. 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's complete.
Kind of a fine line here, Chris, for me when it comes to throwing a screen pass. You don't want to throw it too early, obviously, and the defense reacts quickly and can sniff it out. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late and potentially get sacked. You got to make sure it hits just right for this play to work.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. Looking to throw it again. He'll take a deep shot. That deep shot is caught for a big gain. Tackle made after a big gain.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
1st down. Looking to throw the football. He pulls it in for a big gain. He's tackled quickly. The yardage is good enough for the 1st down.
Great execution here by this offense against zone coverage with a curl route. Hit that last step in your drop. You see where you want to go with it. Put it right on his shoulder for a 1st down.
Offense keeps moving. It's a completion for a 1st down. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. Yet another interception. The disastrous performance continues. Short return tackle made at the 27. A crucial takeaway. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They're trying to build on their lead. They were forced to punt on the last possession. They'll run it here. He breaks free now, has room to run. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. And a big gain moves the ball across midfield all the way to the 39.
Hey, when it's your day, it's your day. This offense, and especially this running back, enjoying a monster day, putting up huge numbers and having a nice, big, comfortable lead.
1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They get down, but that's a solid gain. Now it's 2nd down here. Use the running game to chew on this clock now. Good enough for first down yardage.
Picks up 8. And that's good enough for first down.
The Bulldogs come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it here. Georgia has moved into the red zone.
Oh, shit. I forgot. Forgot there was a motion there.
So the offense obviously will decline the penalty and take the result of the play. Offense getting set. Second down play here. Looking for a gap. It's Robinson.
Boy, another nice game by this back. He has had a beautiful day today running the football, just kind of in that zone, and a big reason why they have a nice lead today.
Oh, shit. I should have waited.
And that's the 2-minute warning as this offense tries to work the clock, getting closer now to an impressive victory. The Dogs looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal. And the quarterback just kneels down. Ball back at the 10-yard line now for second and goal. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. Offense moving backwards here, a long way from the goal line now. Looks like the offense will just take a knee here.
Oh, shit. I guess I could have just waited.
This is truly bizarre. The punt team is out there. Offense is in the red zone. Well, this one ended up being a blowout. They get the W, but they also make a pretty strong statement here today.
Yeah, I thought this game would be a lot closer, at least closer than how things ended up. But give credit to this team for coming out with a good game plan and just dominating the game.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Glass.
had a great weekend. Back in history, Shed, so sorry for all the back late. Anyway, hope you guys are doing well. You had a good weekend. And I guess we're going to have to say some prayers for those people down in Florida. There's a new storm that's brewing up in the Gulf of Mexico. And Milton, you know this is going to be a bad storm for the like Milton. No offense to anybody who has the name Milton. But anyway, Milton is heading smallpox, the plague, the influenza, measles, all these diseases. And that's what's going to destroy weaken the native empire so much that very few, not that there were only a couple, but they're, relatively speaking, a very few amount of conquistadors could come over and control and dominate these areas, right? So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about today. So where we left off, Columbus and Ponce de Leon and who else? Vasco Nunez de Balboa. Balboa had gotten the Spanish down to this area, and Ponce de Leon had gotten the Spanish up to Florida, and of course Amerigo Vespucci had come and understood that, man, this is these are continents. This is not some islands off of India. So they're starting to kind of put everything together and understand the new world, and they call it Nuevo Mundo, right? So we look at these people first. These are the Aztecs. The Aztecs, they didn't call themselves Aztecs. They referred to themselves as Mexica, like M-E-X, like X is sh, that sound, Mexica, and that's where you get Mexico from. So the Mexica were called Aztecs by people that weren't Mexica, right? And kind of like in North America, we call the people who call themselves Lakota, like Dakota, like North Dakota, South Dakota, Lakota, and we call them Sioux, S-I-O-U-X, right? And so that's a similar type of thing. But the Aztecs or Mexica, they hadn't been around for very long. We think that they had only really started to build their capital, which was called Tenochtitlan, around 1376. So that's only about 100 years before Columbus, 125 years before Columbus, and maybe 150 years before the Spanish actually make it towards their capital, which is now modern Mexico City. But what was interesting was that's not a long time to develop, like build pyramids and things like that. But these people were so sophisticated, they built an incredible city, the Mexica, the Aztecs, called Tenochtitlan, in the middle of a lake. Okay, and so if you look at their capital, Tenochtitlan, and you see the images, how advanced they were. Tenochtitlan has about 350,000 people in the city proper. It's as big as London, the city of London. It's probably more advanced in many ways and healthier in many ways. So, that's why, you want to be discovered as inferior versus superior, right? So this is what it looked like, we think. This is actually really cool. This is a map drawn by the Spanish after they had conquered Tenochtitlan from the Aztecs, the Mexica. So that would be about 15. I think this map is right around 1525, right? So that's early. I mean, that's only 30 some years after Columbus, right? And so anyway, what's really interesting, they're like, well, let's depict what we're seeing Tenochtitlan, like God looking down, like a bird's eye view, right? And you can see how advanced they were, right? So there's a huge lake called Lake Texcoco. And then they have another lake over here with fresh water. And so they actually built all these little islands. These are like floating islands. They would like grow things on them, and they would have plants going down and getting irrigation from the water. They brought these islands, they think they call, I've seen them different pronunciations, Chiapas or Chinapas, okay? They brought them together. And so they like connected these islands with canals and everything in between. It was like Venice in Italy. Just like you'll see a little video I'm going to show you, the Venice of Mesoamerica, Middle America. Then once they got these Chiapas together, they built in the middle Tenochtitlan, the capital, with all their pyramids, and they had gardens, and they had zoos, and they had aqueducts and aviaries for birds, and like pools, and it's like mind-boggling. Wait till you see it. It's really incredible. It's like the greatest engineering feat, really. It's like the pyramids of this time, and it's just incredible. And then they built these causeways, see, like bridges going 1, 2, 3, 4. I think they had 7 of them. And the causeways, they see how they have space, and they had places in between the bridges that could be taken up. So this is just like a moat. Like this is a castle in England. This is a moat to protect people from what? advance it. They could take up these bridges in between on the causeway, and they could keep people from attacking, coming in. They could also, as you're going to see here, in our next class, they could also keep, or next week, they could keep people from getting out. That's going to be very important. But anyway, they had terracotta pipes that ran along these causeways. I think the causeways were about almost 50 feet wide, and then they had terracotta pipes pumping in fresh water. This is like Roman stuff, you understand? This is like aqueducts and all that, and I'm like, wow, man. You can see they had trees, and they grew on these chiapas. They had highway systems. They had these incredible markets. It was amazing. And so now they also, so you understand, they're very obviously advanced. This is what it looks like if you look like it. Let's see, like you saw from a bird's eye view what it looked like. But this is what it would look like, kind of like a city view, And let's see if I can. Not town. That's no good. Well, we can look at them this way. But you can see, they have these huge temples, like pyramids. Remember, some people think that there's an incredible African connection here. You see, this is Tenochtitlan. That's Teotihuacan down there. But you see, they have pyramids, you see, but they're step pyramids, right? They're not smooth like the Egyptians. But still, the fact that they have pyramids, why would they design pyramids? The fact they didn't have a written language, why would they write in hieroglyphs like the Egyptians? Why did they perform, mummification, things like that? It's kind of crazy, look at this. I mean, that looks like a pyramid, it looks like in Egypt it's a step pyramid. You can see that. And you see the city, how this is what they call the Templo Mayor. And they had astronomy, observation, they had aqueducts, pools, aviaries, zoos, fresh water, giant avenues. I mean, it was like, these are stone cities, and so it's crazy. And remember, they do not have metal, and they don't have gunpowder or anything like that, so they're going to be at a disadvantage, including with disease. Well, anyway, so that's their capital, Tenochtitlan, the capital of the Aztecs. Is located modern-day Mexico City. Is built on the ruins of Tenochtitlan, and you can see this down here in this picture. They have what they look like, and then what it looks like, the ruins today, that you can see that are still remaining, what's left of them. Anyway, so that's the first thing. Now, about the Aztecs and the Mexica, you have to understand they have a great leader, and their king of the Aztecs around the time the Spanish are going to arrive in the 1500s is a man named Montezuma II. Okay? Now, you unfortunately associate him with diarrhea, right? Don't go to Mexico! If you drink the water, you're going to get Montezuma's revenge. But if you know the Marine song, remember my dad was a Marine, so from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, the halls of Montezuma. That was because the United States invaded Mexico in 1848 with the U.S. Marines and Marines. Well, anyway, this is a depiction of Montezuma, and it's really, damn it, what is wrong with these people? Why can't I get what I want? Anyway, so what happened? Well, let's see. Look at that. There it is. And I can enlarge. Whoa, okay. He's got some little hot pants on. Montezuma, I've never heard it. I'm pretty much heterosexual most of the time. But anyway, he's kind of odd, man. He's like been working on his abs, and he's got some, I think I know what the Spanish are going to be interested in. What are they interested in? Numero uno, oro. We want gold. It's like catnip. You understand? It's like they're like, hey, yeah, somebody said something about gold. They're obsessed. So I look at this portrait of Moctezuma II, and I'm like, he's got some gold little calf covers, he's got gold bicep covers, he's got gold in his here in his mouth, he's got gold in his ears. It's incredible. So I'm thinking he's got a lot of gold. Remember the concept, the cities of gold, El Dorado and Cibola and all that stuff. I mean, this is crazy. But look, wow, it's there. Well, you know what they really put high value in? You can't really tell here, but you see his cape, and you see his shield, and you see his feathered headdress and stuff. these are all the colors of feathers from exotic colored birds in the jungle, like parakeets, whatever. And that was like the highest value. They put that on. And it's interesting because when you look at like an Indian chief in the Great Plains of America, like the Sioux or the Cheyenne or something, they have those war bonnets, you know what I mean, with the big eagle feathers, because eagles were the birds that flew closest to the heavens, and so that's what they were so powerful. And that's kind of like the stereotype, Well, they also looked at when their birds were the most magnificent, the most colorful. That was most valued. Well, anyway, Montezuma, he came to power in 1502, and he was like, man god, like he wasn't supposed to be touched. He got carried around on a litter, and like 4 men, and they have 2 bars. We carried him up on some type of seat or something, and he was divine, right? So it's interesting that he had that kind of that concept, which we see all in Europe and everything. But he's like a divine king, untouchable. Well, anyway, Moctezuma, when he was coronated, the king of the Mexica, the Aztecs, in 1502, that's about 17 years before the Spanish, the Aztecs, the Mexica, sacrificed, allegedly, on the day he became coronated, like a week-long, festival. I think that they killed 5,000 virgins. You understand? These people, for as advanced as these people are, the Mexica, the Aztecs, everything we talked about, they're also very, very primitive, right? Not just like the Christians, right? Well, yeah, or the Jews or the Muslims or the Egyptians or whatever you want to call them. These are all sophisticated people. They're building pyramids, but they all believe in, Ra, the sun god, or, Zeus or Apollo, or, so they too had that. Even with Jesus and things like that, it was like, you have to kind of suspend your belief, anyway, on the day that he was coronated, 5,000 virgins were going to be taken to the top of the Templo Mayor, the big Aztec pyramid in Tenochtitlan, and they're going to be killed. And now, first of all, these are young girls, and you understand what they're saying? They're a blood cult, the Aztecs, the Mexica. They are a blood cult. They call blood precious water. They thought that if we don't do this, the sun won't rise. If we don't do this, we won't get pregnant and have children, to carry on our people. If we don't do this, we'll become weak and somebody can attack us, So they believe, just like, human sacrifice. You see it in the Old Testament. I think it was Isaiah, right? And offerings to God, and or Yahweh or Elohim or whoever. It's the same thing with them. So they're offering virgins to the sun god Huitzilopochtli, and don't ever try to write that name or even say it. It's just like a bunch of letters. It's crazy. And anyway, so what happens is they think that they sacrifice that will give them strength, they will prosper, right? But they chose not just women, but virgins, women that had never been touched, never been violated. These are, like our women, all women are great. They are Mother Nature. They give birth to us. Women do that. These, however, are the most pristine, the most sacred women. And so they offered them up. They would take them up, and they would hold them. And then they didn't have metal. So they would take sharpened obsidian knives. And that's crazy because we found these all over Mexico. Obsidian, Aztec, sacrifice knives, sword. Right? And anyway, we have found these. Let's see if I can show you. All over Mexico. And they're the weirdest things. I don't want that behind. There it is. Okay, there's one. And so, you see that right there? You see, that's obsidian, sharpened, volcanic, beaded glass, they could sharpen it. And then they put this little figure. It looks like somebody laying on it. See the hands and the butt and the legs and then this human, the head. But look, all over it, gold, jade, silver, everything. We found these all over Mexico. So they would hold the woman up, and then they would, while she was alive, they'd stab her in the chest, rip out her heart, offer it to the sun god, which was They would then drain her body of the blood, which I think because they're a blood cult. I think that they would collect it, and I think later they would take bread, which they call pan, and they would soak it in the blood, and then they would dry it and eat it, because it was like eating your enemy. You were ingesting the spirit of that woman, that young girl. So yeah, they were out there, as you'll see. So in many ways, very advanced, and in other ways, very, very primitive. Okay. All right. Let me see if there's anything. Oh, I wrote down some little stuff. A lot of times during these rituals, they would skin some of the sacrificial virgins. They would take their skins off. They would wear them. Like they would wear their skins. I was like, man, now you're getting into some type of Hannibal Lecter stuff. You guys, we appreciated all your advanced technology that have been sacrificed. You're starting to freak my glass out, all right? So remember I told you I don't smoke pot, and I sound like I smoke a lot of it when I talk about things like the Aztecs. Well, there you go. Perfect example, right? And so we talked about they had been around for about 150 years, how they built this great engineering wonders of the world. I think there was a total in the whole, what they call Anahuac Valley, maybe over periods of time, 15 million of them total. But really the ones, you're thinking about the 350,000 right in Kenosha land, that lived in the city of Kenosha land in that environment, I wrote down that Aztecs, they bathed a lot. That's why they had all those pools. They had a super highway between different areas, and the causeways. Lots of trade, like, markets and things like that. The average lifespan, I wrote down, was only 37 years old, which is, a lot of that would be because of their vicinity to the tropics and, of course, mosquito-borne illnesses, malaria, yellow fever, things like that, so that's going to kill them all. They had, let me see if I got anything else. I wrote down just some weird stuff I thought was kind of interesting. The Aztecs used chocolate as, cocoa, as currency, and I'm like, I understand that, chocolate, good. So they had slaves, but slaves could acquire and eventually become free. There was not like the United States, but they had perpetual slaves, Of course, they had made lots of enemies with every other smaller native indigenous people because they had conquered them. Now, you don't think they're sacrificing their own daughters, like, hey, honey, can you meet me on the top of Campo Mayor at 4:30 this afternoon? Yeah, Daddy, why? I was like, oh, no reason. Wear your all-white dress, okay, and have your double back. No, okay, Dad. Yeah, they're not going to sacrifice their own daughters. They'll sacrifice your daughters, but not theirs. Of course, their boys aren't digging for gold and moving all this stuff. One of those big stones took, I think, 50,000 men to move, but they're going to use somebody else's, so they had that, definitely that slave, and they were hated by many smaller, and that's going to come back to bite them in the ass. They're hated by many other, or resented by other indigenous peoples in that area, the Anahuac Valley. Education of young people was mandatory. You had to go to school. They had a road system, which is great for foot travel. The headdress, you saw, lots of bird feathers, the colored birds in the jungle was very important. They had markets that were very important. They spoke a language called Nahuatl. That was the language that they spoke. Their city, Tenochtitlan, was their capital, built in the middle of Lake Texcoco. That will be destroyed by the Spanish. The Spanish will then build on top of that what they call La Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City. And it's built on top of the remnants of Tenochtitlan. They had over 200 aquariums and aviaries, like birds, jungle, zoos, things like that, in the city proper. That's incredible. They also had vanilla, which they had for a drink, They used vanilla. They were very respectful, diplomatic. They called themselves Mexica. There was polygamy, meaning that they could have many different wives or partners or whatever. They used rubber from trees, and they had rubber balls. They played games with rubber, we found, which is strange. And then the greatest disease is really going to wipe the Aztecs out is smallpox. And then to show you a video, get out of here, but I wanted to show you that this, they also have a belief in, let's see, it's hard to write, I always misspell it. So, it's not really a word, I don't think, but this is Quetzalcoatl. You can see what it says. A deity in Aztec culture and literature, and he was related to wind, Venus, as a goddess of love, the sun, merchants, arts, crafts, knowledge, learning. He was the patron god of Aztec priests. He was one of the most important gods in Aztec pantheon, like Zeus and Mercury and all that, And anyway, look, there's Huitzilopochtli. This is why I told you not to spell it and try to sound it. Even if you're hooked on fine, it's but we have these incredible old drawings of them, But the crazy thing about Quetzalcoatl is you can see what it says in Nahuatl, the language they spoke. He was described as a feathered serpent. He is, and so you think about that. That's how they described him. That's like from back then. This is from a codex from back in 500 years ago. But you see, this is a snake, And anyway, how he's presented, he's a god of everything. He's a catch-all god. He's like a Hindu god. He's like Vishnu. He's like god of everything, right? But if you look at some modern images of this feathered serpent, so think about what they're telling you. You're like a feathered serpent, a shiny feathered serpent, and you can see how he's depicted. You mean like a flying snake with feathers? And that's like, yeah, that's what Quetzalcoatl is. That's how he's always described, a shiny, bright, feathered serpent, What I like about him, he really represents virtue, and one of the many things, And so, you see, and this is, we found them on the side of buildings, see that? That's, you can see all these different views of him. And so we've had him, we've seen him archaeologically, And anyway, Quetzalcoatl is interesting because he has something to do with what we call Aztec Eschaton. And Eschaton, which is one of I didn't spell it right, but it's one of my favorite words, Eschaton. Okay, and so let's see if it has anything. Christian eschatology. I like that. Christian, see, everybody has a view of eschatology. Christian eschatology is a minor branch of study within Christian theology which deals with the doctrine of the last things, especially the second coming of Christ, or parousia. Parousia. I have that on my hand. That's one of my tattoos. I just put it there because it's so weird nobody ever knows. The return, the fulfillment. The word eschatology derives from two Greek root words, last and study. The study of the last thing, or in this case, the end of things. The end of the life, the end of the age, the end of the world, the beginning of the kingdom of God. Now, as Christians, which is my only basis, of understanding eschatology, there's a few things that apply to end times eschatology study among Christians. Those usually come from the book of Revelations and the book of Daniel, Now, they are out there. Now, if anybody's ever told you they understand Revelation, they're lying to you. Nobody understands it. You can't understand it, They were written by John, we believe, on the island of Patmos. And, John's already out there, right? How they let John, as in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, into the New Testament is beyond me, okay? So if you look at the Gospel of John, that's the most radical, right? That is the most radical, right? And if you look at it, the other ones, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, they're the synoptic gospels. They're the ones that all tell basically the same story in a slightly different way. How Jesus was conceived, how he was born, how he lived as a young child, his disappearance, his return, his ministry, 33, all that. So that's what it. But John, man, that's crazy, And so I always think this to show you how abstract he is. In the beginning This is good. Okay, now listen to what it says here. This is from the Bible, unedited. Their words, not mine. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Okay? So the Word is Jesus. And so what they're implying here, what they're saying here, is that before the world was created, there was God and Jesus together. And I'm like, okay, so do you understand? This is some radical, abstract, out there stuff. The other stuff, and Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist on the River Jordan. Everybody's like, okay, but this is like, what? Tell me more. You know what I mean? Well, anyway, that John, right, is also responsible for the book of Revelation. And so in Revelation, he's talking about the breaking of the seven seals, and there'll be floods and blood, and, like frogs flying. Who knows, but that is signaling that the seven seals are broken, the end of time. And then there's going to be a big, massive battle, between the Yahud, the children of the light, and the children of darkness. And the battle for these end times is not going to take place just on earth. It's also going to take place where? In the heavens. I'm like, okay, now we're talking Star Wars, okay? You didn't know it. I bet you we could make Chewbacca into a prophet. And the great prophet Chewbacca said, however he talks, I've never seen one Star Wars movie. Isn't that crazy? All my people my age are like obsessed with it. I'm like, it's weird, Anyway, so what happens is, that John, that's our Christian view of the end of the world. There's going to be a war. The children of the Yahoo is going to win. There'll be the 1,000-year reign of peace. And, that's the end of time, man. That's chronos, right? Time. That's eschatology. It's awesome. Well, guess what? It's not just us. Everybody has to say, Africans, Indians, Native Americans, Eskimos, how did we get here? How do we live? The record of our people. And how's it all going to end? That's Eskimo. So everybody has this question, right? Aztecs are no different. Mexican. Theirs has to do with what? That's right. You got it. Let's see if we can get back to this. Quetzalcoatl. So the story is that Quetzalcoatl, he may have been a god that was left over from the people that were in the Anahuac Valley before the Aztecs, the Mexica, the old Olmec, okay? You remember the Olmecs? They're the ones who did those, on the first day of class, I showed you those stone heads that look, to me, African, Negro, right? And I just said to you, what do you guys think? And I think a lot of you are like, they don't look Indian to me, Those people, this is where Quetzalcoatl might have been left over from, Anyway, it doesn't matter, but from what I understand about and so you can see how he's depicted throughout their, history, literature. What I understand is that as things got worse for the Mexica with the spread now of European diseases, and also they already had problems with smallpox and, other diseases, but also, diseases that were indigenous to this area, like yellow fever or whatever. And the more people that were dying, they ramped up thinking that the gods are angry. We need to sacrifice more people, And so their mythology, basically, or religion, whatever you want to call it, says that Quetzalcoatl said, no more sacrificing of people. You want to sacrifice something. Sacrifice animals, sacrifice, kind of like the Jews and a calf, and the cow and stuff, the golden calf and all that stuff. And so when he did that, the other gods, or the leaders, became upset with Quetzalcoatl. He was banished from the Anahuac Valley. They refused to get out. And apparently he left. And of course, I always picture him with a voice like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? He's leaving, it's leaving Quetzalcoatl, and he turns back to the Tenochtitlan and to the Aztec Mexica people, and he says to them, what? I will be back, right? Except not like, hey, I got to get some ice. I'll be right back for the party. When he says, I will be back, I think he means, and I'm going to bring with me the end of time. There's going to be hell to pay, So the Kttn story is, which I understand, is Quetzalcoatl was banished from the Anahuac Valley, but the story did say a shiny, feathered Quetzalcoatl will rise from the Gulf of Mexico in the future sometime, who knows, 1,000 years, 10,000 years, and will return in anger, and that will be the end of time for the Aztec people, okay? Remember that, all right? Because you're going to see how that plays out. All right, let's look at some little videos of what we're talking about. Yeah, I really think the Aztecs are pretty cool, you know, with the exception of the wearing elegance again. All right, let's see. Right now, the Aztecs. Hold on. Let's look at Tenochtitlan real quick. Tenochtitlan, the Venice, Mesoamerica. Fast forward here. I just want to have an idea of what it looked like. It's a really good video. Okay.
At Kroger, we want our produce to exceed your fresh expectations. We promise it's 100% fresh every
before zooming in to deal with the specifics.
Okay, so this is showing you the city, Tenochtitlan, in the middle of Lake Texcoco, and the causeways, and the engineering, and how sophisticated, the Chiapas and all that. So anyway, just check it out.
To put things simply, the city was located on an island on the western edge of Lake Texcoco, and was connected to the mainland by 5 great causeways. It covered 13 square kilometers and was laid out in a dense grid of canals, roads, and buildings. The city was divided into 4 quarters known as Campan. These were then further subdivided into 15 or so districts known as Calpoli. Each of these districts held commoner families led by a set of nobles, with their own marketplace, temple, and school. With this framework in mind, let's now begin filling in the details of the city. We can begin with the most important ceremonial center of Tenochtitlan, the Sacred Precinct. This walled area encapsulated a wide plaza holding about a dozen important structures. Dominating the center was the 60-meter-tall, twin-peaked Great Temple, with a blue shrine dedicated to Tlaloc, and a red shrine dedicated to Huitzilopochtli. In front of it lay the round temple pyramid of Quetzalcoatl. A variety of other temples, a ball court, and even a school for nobles were arrayed around the remaining ground of the Sacred Precinct. Just outside the walls were a host of other important buildings used to run the city. These included palaces, homes for dignitaries, marketplaces, and yet more temples. At this point, we would be remiss to skip over some of the incredible features of Moctezuma II's palace, which included a botanical garden, an aviary, a zoo, and even an aquarium. Spanish chroniclers report that the botanical garden contained a great many trees, sweet-scented flowers, and aromatic herbs, which were a pleasure to stroll beside. The aviary is said to have had 10 rooms housing many colorful species and birds of prey. The zoo featured jaguars, pumas, foxes, and snakes, amongst hundreds of other exotic animals, while the aquarium housed yet more creatures in the form of salt and freshwater fish located in separate ponds. This is truly something that must have been incredible to behold. Radiating out from the cluster of buildings around the Sacred Precinct were 4 major roads. The east led to the docks of Tetamozalco, while the north, south, and west led to the great causeways of Tacuba, Iztapalapa, and Tepeyac.
My internet, my rules. My home from Verizon is internet made simple.
Leading to the mainland. These were built to accommodate heavy traffic and were so wide that the Spanish noted you could fit 10 horses side by side. Along each of these major highways were located many of the larger city buildings with a series of gates and drawbridges located at the entrances to the city. Co-located with the causeways were also aqueducts, which brought in fresh water from springs on the mainland. These were lined with terracotta bricks and came in paired ducts, such that repairs could take place on one or the other in order to minimize total downtime. I'll also note that water management was a huge focus for the Aztecs, and something they excelled at. As a prime example, the 17-kilometer-long dike of Nezahualcóyotl separated the fresher western Texcoco from the more brackish eastern Texcoco, while also contributing significantly to the dike system for regulating water level around the city. Another important landmark to point out is to the north, in Tlatelolco. As was stated before, it had once been its own city, and therefore still contained many of the same plazas, temples, and palaces as its southern neighbor. But what really stands out is the marketplace of Tlatelolco, which was the largest in the American continent. Cortez reports that it could hold as many as 60,000 people. These buyers and sellers would go about their business in an immense open-aired market with goods organized by areas and rows. One might find corn, tomatoes, feathers, rare animal pelts, musical instruments, fine cloth, and even bottled fresh water, amongst other things. These were bartered for using cacao, cotton cloaks, and gold-filled feather quills. There would have been a ton more to explore in the city, but for now we will have to fill up the remaining blanks with some high-level commentary. You can imagine that much of the rest of the cityscape was filled with canals, bridges, streets, squares, markets, temples, workshops, and residences. You'd find tons of homes traditionally built of adobe walls and thatched roofs, colorful frescoes and other decorations filled one's vision with color, while countless people going about on foot and by boat breathed life into the scene. These included farmers, fishermen, merchants, nobles, priests, craftsmen, soldiers, and more. For context and the sheer level of activity, the population at its peak is estimated to have been in excess of 200,000 individuals, with the surrounding small towns pushing the total closer to 300,000. This is astounding, and must have been particularly impressive to the Spaniards, as the sheer scale of Tenochtitlan rivaled many of the largest contemporary European cities such as Paris. At this point, I also want to clear up a misconception about the Mesoamericans. Often they are imagined as being largely made up of unsophisticated tribes scattered across the jungles. In reality, theirs was a civilization of centralized city-states with impressive levels of development. After all, Tenochtitlan was just one shining jewel among many. It's hard to wrap my head around what a sight this all must have been to behold. I look forward to reading the comments below to see what you all would like to focus on next.
Magnificent, you know. Well, eventually it's going to be destroyed by disease and, of course, the Spanish and a conquistador named Cortez. We'll talk a little bit about that next week. The last thing I want to show you is what happened to the Aztecs. Another just kind of little overview, okay? And then we'll finish up.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. But the money I saved, I get a wax figure myself.
When Spanish ships landed in Mexico in 1519, the mighty Aztec Empire was at the height of its power. From their capital at Tenochtitlan, the Aztecs controlled much of what is now Mexico and Central America, ruling some 15 million people. Aztec palaces were as vast and sophisticated as any of those in Europe, and their temples rivaled the Egyptian pyramids. But within just 2 years, the mighty Aztec Empire crumbled, and Tenochtitlan lay in ruins after a brutal siege led by Spanish conquistador Hernán Cortés. No great ancient civilization ever fell so far, so fast. What happened to the Aztecs? For one thing, they had too many enemies. For years, the Aztecs used brutal force against neighboring tribes and city-states, forcing them to pay costly tributes and hand over victims for the human sacrifices central to the Aztec religion. Cortés turned these people's hatred of the Aztecs to his advantage. Spanish invaders also had superior weapons, plus guns, trained horses and dogs, and fully loaded warships that allowed them to overcome the Aztecs' greater numbers. Ineffective leadership also played a role in the fall of the Aztecs. Their emperor, Montezuma, believed Cortés might be the bearded Aztec god who was prophesied to conquer his people and bring universal peace. Unsure how to confront the Spanish leader, he was captured in 1520 and was later killed, possibly by his own people. His brother Cuitlahuac took over, leading an army that drove the Spaniards from Tenochtitlan. But the Aztecs then confronted another powerful enemy, smallpox. Brought aboard Spanish ships, the disease decimated the Aztec population, killing the new emperor and thousands of others. With the help of several thousand Indians, including Texcacans, Chalca, and Tepanec, Cortés and his Spanish force besieged Tenochtitlan, cutting off the city's water and food supplies. Despite a fierce resistance, the Aztec city fell on August 13, 1521. More than 200,000 people died in the struggle. With the Aztec Empire effectively destroyed, Cortés became governor and captain general of New Spain in 1522. Under Spanish rule, Mexico City rose from the ruins of Tenochtitlan, and Christianity spread throughout the region, replacing the temples and traditions of a once great ancient civilization.
Sons of bitches. Oh, anyway, sorry, did I say that out loud? Anyway, so yeah, this is a problem, you know. But before the Aztecs and Mexica, they're okay for another week because we're gonna let them be. They're thriving now. Everything's good because the white European god Cortés, murderer, has not gotten there yet. You know, the conquistadors have not arrived. They will by next next Monday. You know? And then, so on Wednesday, I think that we'll talk, because we'll have abbreviated class, a little bit about the Maya, who are located in south of the Mexicans down in the Yucatan, and just kind of get them established, talk about, you know, how they were thriving and stuff. And then next week we'll finish off with the Inca, and then we'll destroy all three of them. You know, the Spanish with Cortez and Pizarro and their conquistadors. But really, as you will always remember, what destroys the native populations? Disease, disease, disease. Okay? And so we should finish up by not this Wednesday, but the following Wednesday. And then we can have our second test. Like I said, I'll put it online, and you'll have a week to do it. So, you guys good? All right. God bless each of you. That's it. Be good Americans. And I will see you on Wednesday. Get your chai tea ready. It's going to be cold. All right. It's going to be a good day for it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
secure